Okay, roll call. Fitzgerald.
Here.
Cramlett.
Here.
Taylor.
Here.
Patel.
Here.
Irwin.
Here.
Mary. Tammy, everybody.
Present?
Councilman are here, yeah.
Okay.
I passed them all out.
Trudy, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, we stand for prayer. Let us pray, O Lord, we who serve the people in public office may have your blessing and guidance in our deliberations and decisions, so that what we accomplish here this evening will be just and beneficial to the people who we serve.
Amen.
Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For born and unborn.
Reading and approval of the minutes. You get a chance here to look them over.
Mike? I make a motion that we accept the minutes from 5/19/2020.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Adam?
Yes.
Roll call.
Okay, Peeler,
Yes.
Cramblett,
Yes.
Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Herrick,
Yes?
Irvin,
Yes.
Patel.
Yes.
Okay. All right, are there any petitions and communications? What? Oh, Jody,
I make a motion to excuse the mayor. I believe he's on vacation.
Motion to excuse the mayor.
Second.
Adam seconded.
Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Cramblett, sorry. Herrick,
Yes.
Irvin,
Yes.
Patel,
Yes.
Peeler.
Yes.
And I do have a question. Was I excused from the last meeting? Was there a motion to excuse me from the meeting up at the park? There was?
That was a committee meeting anyway, so.
No, it was a full council
Was it a
meeting.
regular council meeting?
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was a committee meeting.
Yeah, I motioned, Adam seconded it.
Okay.
Was I supposed to be there?
All right.
No,
I
Jags
have
took minutes.
nothing from the mayor.
Jags took minutes.
Oh,
So
I
good
didn't
luck
know
on this.
about it. Okay.
Okay.
James
Bob?
is not here.
Your report?
Yeah, we'll continue to hot patch. We did a good job down there by John's.
I think he's on vacation.
It's been taken care of down by Dr. Johns' office. I'm sure the people of Mingo appreciate that one, that's for sure. Take care of. SCT is mobilized down there for the EQ tank in the grid system. They're digging a very huge hole right now. So that project has started. We advertised for lifeguards and concession stand workers. Right now, the last time I talked to Judy, we had 4 lifeguards and 2 workers that applied. So we'll see what happens there. Cleaning pool, get ready to open, but that still remains in discussion with you folks. We can come back to that later. Of course, the village building remains a lockdown. I'm meeting with the mayor talking about opening this building up. We'll just follow the guidelines of the governor also with opening something like this up. Working on paving schedule. I actually saw the engineer today. Gave him how I kind of want him listed and what the alternates listed in the bid documents. And we'll be going out here pretty soon with that. We had a broken valve in the pool, $1,600 valve. That's why we had to drain the pool just now. We couldn't back flush the pool. That should be put in anytime soon here. Like I said, well, I'll talk to Timmy tomorrow and see where they're at with that. The shelter houses are open. We will have something stated to where they have to keep social distances and things like that. When we open it up, and possibly limit the amount of people that maybe could come in there. Even though if you use that upper shelter house and you use the parking lot, that doesn't go, you could probably have 1,000 people. But we're going to try to limit the amount of people. And what we will do is we'll take some of those benches out, or the picnic tables out also, so that we can spread those out. So, and I want to state it here that I talked to the head of the health department. And she just said, well, they're not really going to put anything in writing, but you can go ahead and open up your shelter houses. I don't like that, not having it in writing, but that's what she told me. Looking to open up the senior center after a good cleaning occurs, and I know the mayor has somebody.
How many people are we getting down there?
It's been closed for 2 months. I have no idea. I don't think we get a lot of people down there. But I don't want to close it. Why you want to?
I can tell you approximately how many, because I go down there and play cards. So you have about 20 people eating lunch.
Really? You got that many in there? Good.
15 to 20, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had that many
15 to,
people.
yeah. And then, because there's 8 of us, sometimes more, I don't go for lunch, but I see them there and then we play cards. So, yeah, we get it about that many.
I don't think they're going to bring any meals down any.
Well,
I don't think so.
yeah.
From what I heard, I don't think they're going to deliver any meals down. From what is prime time or whatever.
I know they haven't named up prime time yet.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned, like I said, because the elderly go in there, but a lot of people kind of want it open right now, and it's going to have to be careful. That's all. We got to live with this thing,
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. We're going to get away from it. You just got to live with it. You got to be careful.
Well, they
You can't
were
stop
having, a lot of the seniors will go down there for coffee too.
Yeah.
So that's probably like their morning thing that they probably want to get back to.
Something that they need, honestly. So
Yeah.
like I said, we'll get it cleaned up, and Fred, I'm sure will take care of it. And,
Are we having a company, you say, clean it up? Is that what we were talking about?
the mayor said he has somebody he knows
Okay.
that he works with that has a company
Oh,
that comes in
well,
and
that's
cleans
good.
it up, and they'll give
Yeah.
us a really good price on it. So,
Yeah.
like I told him though, I said, that virus is dead by now. There's nothing in there in 2 months, but it wouldn't hurt to get a good cleaning done.
Yeah, a
in
good
there.
one.
So, that's about all I have for the report.
Okay. Anybody have anything for Bob? Okay. Clerk's not here. Ernie, you have anything?
I don't have anything right now.
Nothing right now. Okay, Joe, go ahead.
Patrolman Adrian, our new officer, he just passed his closed book test, so he'll be out on his own. He'll be able to fill in for overtime, take some of the vacations, overtime away now. We installed cameras in that little cubby where the Coca-Cola machine, watching the doors and watching our evidence room, and also faces this way, so nobody can take our evidence. A case back in early this year when the shots fired, suspect pistol whipped his girlfriend. He pled for 5 years. This in June. Also, the same individual suspect that violated a protection order fled on foot from Officer Hyde. We got drugs off of him, about $1,000. That was forfeited to Mingo PD. He got 2 years for that. So I'd like to recommend congratulate Officer Hyde, Hardsock, and Patrolman Mariner for the job well done, for getting the conviction and everything. Have that, nothing else to report?
Can I say something? Wayne, he sent a report to me, but basically I was too busy and didn't print it out because I had meetings today. But as far as the water department goes, they did have a water line break that they took care of yesterday morning. But everything seems to be going well down there also. I'm sorry I don't have his report. Like I said, he emailed it to me and I didn't get it out.
Okay, Joe?
Yep, that's it.
All right, thanks. Fire chief, you have anything at this time?
Yeah, a couple things. in the month of May, we had 91 calls, so the COVID virus thing is, not slowing anybody down anymore, so we're back up to normal call volume. I put the announcement out for filling the fire chief's position, multiple places, and we ended up getting 13 resumes from all over the country for the job. However, there's only 4 that actually met the exact qualifications that were stated in the paper and the announcement. So, the mayor, he wants to do interviews board interviews when he gets back. So we'll see how that works out. I'm sure we'll have to sit down and officially get rid of some of those that sent their resumes in and get down to a few for the actual position. Some good news that we very rarely have. When the government gave out all their billions of dollars there a couple of months ago, we actually got a cut of that. Where EMS, we are considered a provider of services, and we fell into some category, and we got a check for $2,272 from Uncle Sam.
Wow.
No strings attached,
Nice.
if you believe it.
Don't spend that all in one place.
Yeah.
That'll be 4 vials
Take your
of
masks.
Narcan.
Property maintenance, Kevin Ingram's been out several times. He's already sent out 46 letters
Nice.
to this date, and we have, there's been a lot of compliance. I've driven around and I've seen the places getting cleaned up, but it's not done by any means, but there is some compliance. And we have 5 people now that didn't take care of business the way they should have, so we're going to have to cite them into court. So I'll be working on that with him to get that paperwork done, get it to the court. It's amazing, even Kevin said it to me, it's amazing how many properties in this town are owned by companies and people that don't live anywhere near here.
Yeah.
They buy this stuff on the internet now,
Oh, wow.
and we got dilapidated houses. We got people living in Nevada and other places like that, and it leaves us with no real options to do anything, because we can send them all the letters in the world, but no police department in Nevada is going to go pick up a guy for a property maintenance charge in Ohio, and so I'm not sure.
Do these,
What we can do.
are these involved, is the state of Ohio involved in any of these as far as the titles go, Jim? Do you know? Have you done a property search?
Well, I think there was one or two, but see, here's the thing. When it shows state of Ohio on the deed, it's usually because the county took it for back taxes.
Right.
So there's still nothing you're going to do about it, because
Other than the land bank, if it's still a viable option.
Right.
I don't know if
You
it
can-
is or
you
not,
can
but that's
notify the
something
land
that
bank.
would qualify for that?
but that's the only option that gives. But there's a lot of property in this town that's owned by, some are investment companies that are buying property online, other are just, private owners that don't live in town anymore. And a lot of them we can't find because the owner of record at the courthouse used the address of the property. So if your only address is 100 Main Street and that's the property we're working on, and you move to West Virginia, it's tough for us to find it. We get help from the water department, and the police department, and
Right.
different places.
But still, your hands are tied.
Yeah, it's not very well. And one of the things that aggravates the devil out of me is the post office will not cooperate. And it's post office policy that 6 months after somebody moves, they don't give you their forwarding address. They know what it is, but they send you that little yellow sticker that says unable to forward. That doesn't mean they don't know where they're at. That means that they're only required to forward mail for 6 months. And that's,
Is there a way we could ask the post office when somebody moves out if they could notify the village office and give them the forwarding address then?
I can try and ask, I don't know if
Maybe
we have
somebody
any
could
legal
just keep
standing to do
a
that.
ledger log, you know, that Joe Smith is now in Nevada at this address. I don't know if they would do it or not, but it's worth asking.
Yeah, I can go ask them that, but they're probably gonna say no, but I'll go down and ask them. Okay, that's all for the property maintenance. Now that I gave a little bit of good information, I'll hit the bad stuff. And I'm sure you know what's coming. I was looking at my budget, and I'm way over budget on wages, way over budget. Right now, I calculated that if things stay the way they are, we'll make it to October. So, council's gonna have to decide what you're gonna do. I'll be happy to sit down and talk with you about overtime. I don't know where I can cut overtime because we gotta fill turns when people call off. If we don't have part-timers working, scheduled to work, and I can't force anybody to work. If they're not working, then we have to have a full-timer, coming out to answer a call, or at least that's our plan. So there's some overtime there. The only other overtime is if we have a bad call and you ask for help. But anybody wants to sit down and talk about it, I'd be willing to talk about it, but, I looked at the numbers today and, on both sides, both the part-time EMS wages and full-time fire wages.
Maybe we can schedule a finance meeting.
Gonna have to do it real soon. Let's wait till the mayor comes back. This is important that he's involved, at least, and as well as Jack Smith, the finance department's gonna be there to discuss these kind of things. And this is something that we as council knew going in, as far as when we budgeted for the year. We knew we didn't have enough to cover their department for the year based upon what they estimated they would need. And we haven't done anything really on the council side or administrative side, as far as I'm aware, to change any major policy, procedures, staffing, etc., to really bring about a resolution, nor am I entirely certain what options would be at our disposal to do such. But indeed, necessary is indeed a meeting to discuss these kind of things and bring everything to the table, get all the heads in one room and hash it out, try to find a resolution. But I'd wait till the mayor, Jackson, comes back to schedule.
I don't have a problem sitting down at a committee meeting or whatever meeting you have, but in talking with Kim today, her opinion is they won't have any solid answers until the middle of July, because they'll have the first half taxes and all that stuff. They won't get that till the end of June, or that doesn't end till the end of June. And by the time they get the information, that they wouldn't have solid numbers till the middle of July. But
It'll be later than that because that was pushed back to July 15th.
what?
Well,
The end of the year?
That's income tax, that doesn't affect us.
Okay.
It's our income tax has never been changed. The big amount of our income tax is withholdings. They will come in July. Be the third period withholding. It'd be the third we receive. It'll be the second period, but we get one in January for the end of last year. Then we get one we get a substantial check every 3 months.
A slight good thing, when I write Kim the checks for EMS funds, last week or the week before, I wrote the last check, and it was altogether, I think I transferred like $59,000, just under 59,000. So.
Good.
The last thing I have is, if possible, I would request an executive session at the end to talk about personnel. That's all I have.
Thanks, Jim. Anybody have anything else? Okay. Well, committees. I know, Jack, you have something, right?
Pardon?
For committee,
Yeah,
recreation.
well, I got two of them. I got water and recreation. I talked to Mr. Ruckman. We're gonna have a meeting here probably as soon as I get back on vacation, like the middle of July. He needs more meters. They put in almost 400 already, the new meters.
Excellent.
I talked to Drew Michael, who's doing a great job down there. They're trying to get the downtown this way down is almost done, so for 42 people that way. And they're trying to get the ones that they have to walk a long way to get to them. If you go up Logan Avenue, like the Meanses, where they live way back in there, they're getting those folks where they have to do too much walking to go. So they did my street, they did part of Logan Avenue, but we need to buy some new meters, some more.
I asked him to do George's Run and get that book out of the way.
Yeah, well, he said there's 42 of them that have no response.
Yeah, no,
Well, if we overread their meter, maybe they'll respond.
yeah. 'Cause that way they could, that's the first one's gotta get to the county anyhow, so.
Did any of the village buildings get done yet?
I can't hear you.
Did any of the village buildings get done yet?
There's actually a meter up at the pool,
There's a meter at the pool,
but that meter, if you wanna get another meter put on there, it's almost
$2,700 for that meter at
$700.
the pool. We know how much water is in the meter. If we leak water, there's a meter in there. All we gotta do is turn it on. You know, it'll show the leakage, how much we use per day. We filled that pool up first of June,
I can't remember when.
March. And we filled up to the brim, as far as we could fill it, to cover everything. And it never leaked out. Not a drop, not hardly, just evaporation.
Yeah.
So all the patching they did, all the caulking they did is working.
We seal all sides.
The pool's drained now. I get back to recreation, that's all I got on water, so I'll get a hold of, I think it's me, Mike, and Adam on water. I'll get a hold of you, and then we'll meet with Wayne. We had two recreation meetings. We had one on the 5th, and we had one on the 10th. On the 5th, we did nothing because everything was put on hold as far as the pool, the shelter houses, because of the governor. We met the 10th at the park. We decided to open the shelter houses up. We called the health department. Bobby gave all this report already, once already. For some reason, Mr. Hawkins put in on Facebook that we are opening the pool on the 26th. I hate to tell you, Mr. Hawkins, we're not opening the pool on the 26th.
I texted him and he said he
It's been
don't
on there
remember.
twice. That he's put it on there the 26th, which is next Friday.
He doesn't remember.
You know,
Wow.
and he took the minutes of the meeting, so I don't have a copy of the minutes. I have my minutes that I have.
We never said
We
that.
identified the 26th as a drop dead.
Actually, we
Drop
never
date,
That's what we're
stipulated.
looking at.
Because we only got,
Nothing at all we stipulated.
no, we didn't vote on nothing as far as the swimming pool,
Right.
nothing. We don't have the council meeting until the 21st of July, so we're gonna have to have a special meeting sometime the end of this month to make the decision whether open or close this park, this pool. We've got 3 or 4 lifeguards and 2 concession stand workers. You can't run that pool without people.
How many lifeguards did we have last year total?
9. And, you know,
That
hurts,
wasn't enough.
all our money we
Nine
make,
wasn't enough? Wow.
all our money we make up right now is usually in June.
Yeah.
Because July starts slacking off, and August, forget about it.
Everybody's gone.
And pool parties, I don't know about pool parties, because, you know, I don't know. It's All the cameras are working at the pool. We're gonna have the 2 guys from the service garage come and clean the shelter houses on Saturday morning and Sunday morning. We're gonna ask the people out, and Judy's gonna write it down on whoever rents the shelter houses, do not take the garbage out of the garbage cans. Leave the garbage bags in the garbage cans. If you don't, the animals get into it. It's all over the place up there. We'll take care of that. We got a couple kids that we got for vandalism and screwing around up there. We're gonna have 2 workers up there on every Saturday and Sunday. We should have them kids do those social work. Come and pick papers up.
We'll see if we can get all
I's got their name. The ones that threw the garbage cans down over the hill.
Yeah, I'll get that.
And I don't know who, we can't find out who messed the camera. They took all the cameras up. They polished all the cameras. They're all fixed, they're all back up. I can't get the system to work to see who did the cameras. I haven't called Comcast and they don't know, they can't do it either. So, me, Comcast is about head with them people.
Yeah, I'll call them up, see, they should be able to get in there and get that data, because those cameras went offline. It wasn't like they were still recording, and they'll hold at least 1 week's worth of, data in there. So they should be able to go back and get this data out of there. I can't believe that they can't. And I've had it with Comcast. I kind of wish I never.
And again, I'm going to say, we'll have to find out by the 26th whether we're going to open this place or close this place. We got to do something. We got to make a decision by next Friday.
I'd like to request that that meeting is not held at 5 o'clock.
I'll make the meeting, when I get a chance, I'll make the meeting when I can.
How about asking people's input?
Listen, I have a lot of things to do. I
Don't we all?
can't run my committees around one person, okay?
Listen, if you need me to resign from
No,
the
I want you to resign
recreation
from nothing. I just
department
can't
because
run
you
the
can't
committees
work-
around one person. If you can't be there, I'm sorry.
I have a regular job that goes until 5
I
o'clock.
said, I'll have the committees when I feel is needed. I'll call you, I'll text you when the meetings are.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion. I'd like to make a motion that from now on, before any committee meeting can be scheduled, the committee chair must do the following, all involving common courtesy. Check with all committee members before deciding on a date and time for said committee meeting. Should have at least 2 or 3 different dates and times for other committee members to pick what works for them. At no time should a date be chosen that will hinder a council person from participating in said meeting due to a full-time job. No committee or council meeting should be scheduled during the day from 8 to 5:30 unless agreed upon by all committee or council members. And committee meetings need to be scheduled in council meetings when everybody has their planners and calendars in front of them and can talk about what date and time works best for everybody. It's not fair that you schedule these meetings when I can't be there. It's almost like you purposely do it, Jack.
Can I interject?
Sure.
It's 5:30, you said you're gonna make the meeting, right?
I said
Did you
that
say you could make the meeting at 5:30?
I will try my darndest. I might be a couple minutes late, but I won't be 35 or 40 minutes late.
So when we had our first meeting, you was told we were still down there waiting.
No,
It was
I saw
5:30.
the email. I went home because I had to use the restroom, and it was down at the down at the shelter house where the bathrooms open. I wasn't sure. I saw Jack's text. I texted him, and by that time, yous were leaving, Bob.
We didn't leave
It
till
was
6
like-
o'clock.
But I was told your meeting was over at 20 after 5, and you sat there and BS'd.
We waited down there, okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Did somebody call me? No, but you did
No, they
send
were
me a
texts.
text. And I texted back as soon as I saw your text. Had the meeting been at 5:30, I would have been 5, maybe 10 minutes late. I ended up working over that day.
No, I just know, like I said, we waited around, I thought that you could have probably come
Well,
down
let
at
me ask you,
5:30.
did Jack check with you on your schedule, you and the mayor?
No?
Okay, I was just curious. But I got a motion on the floor. I would hope that common courtesy would roll, but I can't count on that, so. Do I have a second?
Would that be more of like a rules of council kind of thing?
I don't know.
I think
I
it
just
would
know I'm
be.
tired
I
of
have
getting,
a question. Why is it so hard to have it at 5:30? I mean,
it was a half hour. I asked for a half hour.
I mean,
And I
I
still
don't
may
know
be
about the
5
motion,
minutes
but
late. But I'll do my damnedest to get there at 5:30. But I don't think it's fair that you keep scheduling these when you know I'm working.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
There's somebody outside that wants that wants to know if the meetings are open to public, so they want to come into the meeting.
Oh, still got the
No,
10 run rule.
no.
Is that 10 rules still?
No.
I mean, is it?
No.
It should be open.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should
This is
be
a public meeting, so.
So they did,
What's that?
Yeah, I don't
They
think
should
that
be able to
10,
come in.
that
They
10
should be able to
thing's
come
going on
in, you know,
anymore.
you can have them sit, you know.
Like way out, kind of like.
Well, not outside the room,
Yonder,
but
yeah.
back in, you know,
Yeah.
put
Okay.
a couple chairs and,
Like back in the corner or something?
yeah.
I'll escort Mingo if you have a chair and get it all set. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Because as far as some of the things mentioned there, I agree with a couple of things. I don't know if we need a little more leniency, a little more vagueness, maybe better type of thing. But I'm in favor of, I mean, general common courtesy, it would be done things in the past as far as committee, what we see happens in council chambers is we make a motion to schedule a meeting, we talk a little about it, we say who's open, when and where, we set a date and time and boom,
If I
that's done.
get a
I thought
couple-
that is commonplace.
If I get a couple dates and I can't make it, I will say, I can't make it. But I should be given a couple of dates and a couple of different times and not times when I am working. And I guess, you know, the mayor appointed me to the recreation department. If he wants to take me off of it because I can't seem to make my schedule mesh with you and Jack, then, you know, I guess more power to him. But I really like that committee and I've wanted to be on it for 4 years. And I finally get the opportunity. And I was at one meeting out of 3. One meeting that we had in March that we really didn't accomplish anything because it was too early to really do anything then. So, anyway, that's what I have to say about that.
Because as far as that, I wouldn't mind seeing a copy of what you have in mind a little bit to take a look at before seconding or before moving on as far as a vote to bring forth any ordinance. If an ordinance would be necessary, it'd just be a rule
No,
of council.
It'd just be a rule of council,
Yeah.
it'd just be a motion by council.
Yeah, so if you can get us copies of that maybe, and as an idea what you're looking at for us to
Just
kind of mull
common
over.
courtesy.
And
Just common courtcy. Pick a
because
couple
common
of
courtesy
dates.
by itself,
Couple
that's kind
times.
of understood.
That's it.
So I don't imagine any, there's no real issue with common, well, generally speaking, issues. But if I could get a copy of what you have in mind,
Are you
next
busy?
council meeting, we can take, I could be open to taking, looking at that, and maybe be seeing, that's just where my mind is, I don't know.
I agree. Yeah, just provide one copy to each of the council members, and then everyone can review it. And like you said, we can see, you know, where we need to be a little bit more vague, or if the language looks good, and then whatever we agree upon, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
So the next committee meeting, can I expect it to be scheduled at 5? Since we're going to have one in a week? Or can I
talking to me?
hopefully, yeah.
What did you say? I can't hear you back here. I don't know why we're down in this damn basement. I have no idea where we're down here. We should be upstairs where you can hear. You can't hear them down here.
No, it's like an echo.
Yeah.
It's-
What did you ask me just now?
I asked you if the next committee meeting can be later than 5 o'clock.
The next committee meeting will not be on the swimming pool. We're going to meet as a whole, as council. You have to make a decision by next Friday, or you're going to close the school or not.
She's just asking, can it be later than 5 o'clock?
I don't care what time you make
That's
it.
all she's
Let's
asking.
have it at midnight. I don't care.
well, that's a council meeting, so.
I
That's
can't
not, it has
make it.
nothing to do with council.
I'm sorry, I can't make it at midnight. Can't do it.
We'll
I
excuse
have
you.
nothing to do with
We'll
council
excuse
meetings,
you.
okay?
I know.
I don't select council meetings, okay? I
Yeah,
don't do
I'm
that. That's not
kidding.
my job.
I know.
And he's the chair, he's the mayor right now. So if he wants to have a council meeting, it's up to him or the mayor, not me.
Okay.
So shall we pull out our schedules and schedule this meeting that we're going to have?
While we're all here.
I would encourage
might-
getting it
Yes,
done
yeah,
now.
I mean, it would make sense, yeah.
May as well. So we have to have it by, 26.
Well, you set a date last week at the 26th.
Yeah, that's all I wrote.
Everybody was at
26.
this meeting knows that. It was there. Everybody heard it, the 26th. Jaggers put in a damn Facebook that we was going to open a pool on the
I
26th.
can't believe he did that. We never
Twice he did it.
Did he put his
I tried to call- I
post-
tried to text
did
him.
his post
I
on?
No
texted
answer.
her.
We
Oh, I
never
got
said
an
we were
answer
going
from
to
her.
open that up.
He wants to go swimming. Go over Mosby or something like
He
that.
does go
That's what he does,
I
yeah.
don't
He does go
care.
there.
He does anyway. So,
he gave me an answer
So,
that he doesn't
Are
think he
you
did.
ready to make a
Oh, he didn't
meeting
do it.
time?
I don't make
this
council.
is a
Well,
regular
let's talk
council
about it.
meeting.
Oh, you're talking about a regular
A
council
special,
meeting?
but a
Yes.
special one.
Well, special.
All of
special,
council
that's
So,
meeting
what,
fine.
to
6:30?
discuss whether or not to open the pool.
So it's gonna be either the rest of this week or next week before Friday.
Yeah, so,
Are we gonna be running the ad again?
I ran it
Paper.
for 3 days. I don't know if I should run it again.
Yeah, I just waste
Yeah,
time.
I don't wanna waste any more money on it.
It's been on Facebook?
Yeah,
Has it been on the positive page, or what do you call that thing? Has it been on there?
No,
yeah, so,
I don't know.
had lots of people asking me about it, and I just sent them private messages that there's been no decision made yet.
we advertised 3 days. I don't know what 3 days they were. I'm not sure. I have to
It's
ask.
been
I
a
remember
newspaper.
seeing it in the paper.
It's in the newspaper, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, whatever the ad is, if they can get it, you know, if you can put it on the positive page, anywhere where we can get it out on the website, I mean, this is our last ditch effort right here, you know, this is it, you know, either we try
Right.
and get people in this short window, or we
Right.
basically
Now
fold.
that we're talking about it, what,
We had 7 lifeguard applications. I called 4 today, and 3 of those 4 did not have certification and had no intention of getting certification, did not realize they had to have certification, just wanted to be a lifeguard. So that took us down to Fran Capaldi, who we had last year, Jillian Swinzinski, who we had last year, and then Calvin, I can't remember his last name, he was from last year, and Kim got 1 more today that has her certification. So that gave us 4. That
and
gives
you
us
say
4.
you need how many to be comfortable?
You know, I'm gonna tell you, of the 4, the one already told me she can't be there July 3rd through the 11th. So that takes us down for that week down to 3. We have 3 a day. If we keep what we've always done, we keep 3 lifeguards a day. One works 10 to 5, one works 12 to 6, and a third one comes in 1 to 6 if we're busy. And then we have 2 for any pool parties. So when you're talking 3 a day, 7 days a week,
yeah,
that's 21 shifts you have to cover. Last year we did it by 9. With 9 in June, we were down to 6 lifeguards in the beginning of August and could barely find 2 by the last week that we were open. So it dwindles because kids start back to band practice, football practice, volleyball practice. The college kids go off to school. You're talking 51 days if you open up on the 26th, which you're not going to open on the 26th. But you have 51 days until the August 17th is when Indian Creek, Steubenville, and Toronto all go. Teachers go back to school on the 17th, and the kids go back on the 19th. So you really only have a window from the beginning of July until, and then depending on the people that you hire. I know Calvin's a college student, and Fran, she's a teacher. So there's 2 of the 4 lifeguards that will be out of commission in the beginning of August.
What about the folks who work the front desk like yourself and a couple teachers? Are they will
Right.
they come back, you think?
Yes, Ruth Reese, she's waiting to hear, she's willing to come back. Sam Forsaglio and my daughter, their licenses both expired for lifeguards, so they can't come back to lifeguard. And they're both willing to come back. Samantha is a teacher, so she goes back the 17th, and then myself, I mean, that would be 4 of us for.
Yeah, we want adults out front, that's for sure. You know,
You
we
want
have-
adults out
Yeah.
front, you want adults in the concession stand, because that way, you know, the money's going the right way, kids aren't giving food away, which, you know, it happens. And then when you have a teenager or somebody that's, you know, 19 or 20 years old, and they're at the front desk, and you have these adults that are fighting with kids, like we've had to call the police and stuff, like some adult's not gonna listen to a 19-year-old telling them to get out of the pool, but they're gonna listen to a 54-year-old.
Right.
So, you know, that's where you
That's what I
really
mean, we
need
don't
to
want
help.
any, we don't want any kids out there.
No,
I wouldn't want, you know, I don't want them subjected to that anyhow.
right.
So-
All right, then, for this meeting, how about next Tuesday?
Okay.
No good, bad, in between?
Depends on what time.
Huh?
Yeah,
Depends on what time. I can.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what time, 6 o'clock.
That works.
okay.
Now, where you wanna meet, up at the park?
Well, it's a regular council, special council meeting. Why can't we meet upstairs? Can we meet
Well, I think the
upstairs?
special council meeting is for the pool, but I don't care where we meet.
Well, you wanna go upstairs then?
For the
Or you
pool?
wanna go to the pool?
It
Either
doesn't
way?
matter to me.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Damn, if I gotta make it, we'll go upstairs.
okay,
There you go, make a command decision, I like that.
yep. Okay,
6:30 or 6
Yeah.
o'clock,
Really, you don't want to have it at the pool?
council chamber.
rec meeting,
No,
at council as a whole.
Council.
Council. Special council.
Oh, special council meeting, okay.
Discuss the pool.
Sure you don't want
All
to.
right.
Okay,
all right, while we're on recreation, I did go talk to Chief Sagan about the pool. And Mr. Sagan told me he could handle that majority of the time at the pool. And it won't cost us a bunch of money.
Yeah, look, so far we're looking at maybe 15 hours. I got a guy on vacation, that's how we be able to cover.
good,
Thank you.
thank you, yeah.
So
Okay.
we're giving us 6 guys, that's a help with the manpower.
Good,
Okay, it's all settled?
yep,
Good, all right.
Sounds like our big hangup is gonna be lifeguards. I mean,
Yes.
that is the issue, so, I mean, between now and then, whatever we need to do to make
Let's
one
just wait
last.
till Tuesday and just whether we got them or we don't, that's all. We don't need
I wanna
to
have
discuss it
If we
now.
just sit on our hands and wait till next Tuesday, nothing's gonna change. I mean, we
Well,
have to really.
You know, it's up to her whether she gets them or not. When she comes to the meeting, she'll let us know.
Does
Case
any-
closed.
Does anybody know the athletic director at like Steubenville or Toronto? Maybe
well,
get a hold of them and
Jags,
see.
remember
who-
Jags was saying about
Toronto, I know
Fonzie,
Mark
that he
Farrell.
thought he was gonna
What
check to see if
lifeguards
some
they
could
have.
come
I don't
over.
know who he talked to over there. I have
Are
no
they
idea.
opening up
I don't
there?
Maybe
think
he'll
they're
have
opening
something
this
then.
year, so
Who?
maybe we could.
Toronto's not opening.
So
from
maybe
what
we
I
could
understand.
snatch the lifeguards that they had,
They're
if
smart.
somebody knows.
Yeah.
Mr. Hart, Mr. Hart, I want to ask her a question, please. If we're going to open that concession stand, we're going to open that concession stand for 6 weeks. We're going to order a ton of food that we can't get rid of. That's the problem. I know we talked about it earlier.
I mean, I would say we would do like a startup, like we would just normal, but we would go through that and not,
Bag stuff,
Right.
stuff that we don't have to
right.
cook
I mean,
or.
we would order the pizza, that's the big thing, get the nachos, but just get smaller quantities than what we normally do.
Okay, I mean, we okay with as far as the little guy with glasses as a governor, as far as handling food?
Well, I mean, we have gloves, we have masks,
You're gonna
we
have the
would
same, you're gonna have the
follow
same
the-
requirements restaurants do.
Right, right,
Mm-hmm,
right.
Okay.
And I've looked at
It's
the
like a free-for-all in
records.
restaurants right now.
I know.
As
Yeah,
far
I
as
went
the
to
big
a
red
restaurant
goes,
today, that
that's
was a big deal.
Wendy Tucker.
Right.
And my daughter is getting in contact with her to see if she has any, because she worked at the Big Red Pool last year, to see if any of them are. And I've been in contact with Maggie Tiziani, who's the manager at the Toronto Pool, and she told me they are not opening, and she was gonna contact some of her lifeguards. And as far as Follansbee goes, we tried that last year and they never came over. Because when we ran out of lifeguards in August, that was an option, and unfortunately, none of them took advantage of coming over here.
Anything maybe Wells Township too, if anybody knows anybody from there, that would be another lifeguard pulling opportunity.
Okay,
yep,
And we're gonna need additional personnel up there. Like I said, they're gonna sanitize things and whatever else, so it's not just even the lifeguards too. We're gonna need a couple other people.
And we still have to buy the hand things.
Yep,
the-
hand sanitizer.
yeah.
I mean, you could have it just sitting
Handless.
out. I don't know how many of those will get stolen, but you know, you can just have them sitting out.
And they have to
Different
shower
places.
before they go in the pool, right?
Right.
Well, they're supposed to.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's the
Yeah.
encouraged.
You won't see that very much. You don't shower when
And I'm concerned with getting disinfectant. I know Kim's working with Will, trying to get cleaner. So
Yeah.
maybe by then she'll know she can get it.
I'll have to read it.
any other committee have something, George?
Yeah, ordinance committee, which is self, Adam and Pat, I think, right?
So,
Yeah, okay. I want to schedule a meeting just to kind of go over the ordinance book, look for, things that maybe, look a little outdated, double statements, things like
Okay.
that. Just kind of comb through a little bit, and then meet as a committee to kind of sit down, as well as, brainstorm a little bit of things you think maybe are missing. Just kind of our first meeting as that group to kind of
Okay.
get things rolling. And
When do
let's
you
set
wanna have
a
it?
date and time for that.
Try to see if you can find the ordinances too, because we're missing some ordinances. We need to get those codified. And we're
That's-
missing some they
yeah.
just took off.
And it's about time to get them codified
Yeah,
too.
it's time to get them codified. I don't want to wait 5 years.
Now, I have copies of probably everything since
Well,
I've been on council. Maybe
Well,
maybe
then
one or
you
two
do-
missing
you-
kind
you
of
may
things.
have
So.
them then, because
They're
we
not
don't.
official. We can get them signed though and get them rolling probably, and if we need to.
Okay.
I can take a look and get a hold of
I'll
Kim.
talk to
Kim and-
Kim.
You
Talk to Kim,
Yeah,
she'll tell you the ones we have missing.
yeah.
Okay.
We can get onto that a little bit. Let's see here. Let's see, we're meeting next Tuesday already, so we'll skip that. Maybe give us some time to look through the ordinances. They're online mostly, but not all. That's one thing I want to talk about changing also is, the zoning stuff is not online at all. If you go to the zoning part of the ordinances, it says, hey, come down and find it. And then the find it that we have as council is a draft copy in council chamber. The actual, it's probably the same thing, but we gotta improve that, as well as look at the zoning laws and stuff like that. But comb through a little bit. We'll meet as a committee. You want to do the 30th, which is 2 weeks from today? Maybe say 6:30.
6:30, 2 weeks from today?
Yeah, the 30th. Would that be
Okay.
okay?
Yep. Where do you want to meet? Here?
Council chambers is where we have things we can pull up. I can use projector, project things up there too. We can pull up the ordinances there as well as on paper. And, take a look and see what we got and working with there.
Okay.
So ordinance committee meeting, 6:30, Tuesday, the 30th, in council chambers.
Yep.
6:30 and 6:30.
Okay,
Yep, 6:30, 6:30. Easy number, 6:30, 6:30.
all right, George again.
Under economic development, I've been trying very hard to get our committee to meet with the administrator as well as the mayor, and for some reason, I can't make it happen. The mayor is not responding to my communications, and I do not know why. And I'm trying to see if there's some sort of chasm there. I don't know what's going on. I need to,
When he gets back from vacation, we will meet.
Okay.
I guarantee it.
Okay.
Okay?
because we got to meet, and if there's something going on, we got to hash it out individually.
I can told you, we will meet.
Okay.
I wish you would have said something when we were up at the park that day.
It wasn't the time or place. I wanted to do it, and you guys didn't respond to my text either, so I had to do it like
I
this.
don't like text that much, George. We can always mention it when you're there face to face.
But not on, I didn't want to do it among people, but here we are. I had to do it. I try to do it independently to try to figure out what's going on so we can start working, because time is like now for development. A lot of different funding opportunities, grant opportunities, and we're not attacking. And we can really get our minds together as committee and administration to really do some good. Otherwise, we're all going to be fruitless.
Spinning our wheels.
I return the
Okay.
floor.
Sounds good.
All right. Anybody else have anything? If not, I hear a motion to go into executive session.
You got people sitting back here.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot, you're right.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
sorry.
Yeah, I kept thinking I was going to call you up since George got done.
You can stand right here if you want to.
Stay right there. My name's Randy Crew. I recently purchased a piece of property on Alamont Hill, and it's sectioned off into 45 plots. And this village has roads going through it. So I want to have it resurveyed to be one plot, and I'm asking to have the roads and the right-of-ways vacated. So I went to the auditor, went to Louis Percolini down there, and I talked to Mr. Smith. I have the maps right here. These roads have never existed. When they built that division up there, they were going to keep going into the woods, and they never did. So there's roads, there's names of roads, and they've never existed. There's no water, there's no sewage, there's no electric, there's nothing back there. It's just a piece of woods. I bought a piece of woods from my grandson to ride his dirt bike and his four-wheeler on, and it's been nothing but a nightmare because there's 30. I own 37 of them. You own 4. Where the playground is, 4 of those 45 are yours, and somebody owns 4 on the other end. So what I'm asking is if you would vacate those roads so I can have that surveyed into one piece of property. Because when I get my tax bill, it's 37 different bills.
Oh, gee.
And there's never gonna be anything built back there. And if you go back there and look, where some of the roads go down in, it's a gully. That would have never happened, and where the roads cross would have been a gully. I mean, I don't know the reason why they didn't continue to build back there, but I was told my first line to do was to come and ask you if you would vacate these roads. Now, I have the maps here, I can leave them here if you guys want to look at them, but that's what I'm asking.
How far you,
What steps
how
we
far
need
you
to
want towards Mary Street?
Just to the playground. Playground, where the road comes down into the playground,
That's it?
it ends right there.
Nothing over towards Mary Street.
No,
It goes back.
no, because Bugsy owns that, and
Where's
Road
Bugsy?
Care owns that.
Well, yeah, but there's no roads where he's at.
No.
Eyes on Harrenall is back in there. All our roads are named.
I'll tell you right now.
Basically own them. Hyde own that.
Well, if he owns behind the playground, right?
Yes.
Is that where you own?
The playground, I own in front of the playground, and I own down towards the tower.
Towards TV Tower.
Okay, that's what I thought. And
The only on the end is
and it's all woods and there's no roads?
there's nothing. I mean, I have the maps, the pictures, everything, you can look at them, but that's what I'm asking if you would consider it. I mean, I think you have to do a meeting or whatever, but I can leave these.
I don't know if we're moving for that, but like I said, there's nothing there. I mean, it is total roads, and it's a shame that him having to pay $1,200 or $1,500.
Say, Jody Lynn, you and I,
Yeah.
and Adam, we're on the roads committee, building roads. Jody Lynn, Peeler, and Herrick. Jody Lynn,
Yeah.
Adam, you,
Yeah, whatever the process is, whatever Ernie
What,
suggests.
You'll need, the first thing you'll need to do is file a written application,
Yeah,
written
that's-
request.
That's what I asked, and I was told to come here.
I told him to come here to
Now,
council.
do I have to,
To
do you
talk.
have one for me to fill out, or do I?
No, write a letter, you write a
Just-
letter.
okay.
So and, you know, with obviously with a copy of the map that shows what you want to ban.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they can schedule a meeting and
then once you get it to Bob, our committee, the three of us will go up.
Yeah, we'll
Okay,
review
meet
it,
with
and
you.
then bring recommendation back to council for.
How long you got to pay your taxes, you know?
It don't matter. Okay.
Is
I'm
that,
paying half now.
does that map show your property online? Is it online?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
The truck got, so they can see it then.
Yeah, do it right now.
Okay, that's good.
And this one shows
And
the other.
you just own that, basically Colorado owned it.
I don't know.
I bought it
He's
from
who?
Colorado
Never know.
owned the grocery store. Where the cars used to be down the
I
street.
bought it from
What time?
Hyde.
And Hyde,
Yeah, I
Hyde
bought
is
it
his
from
son-in-law, Bobby Hyde, that guy.
That's what I bought.
Yeah.
So a written letter telling you what I,
Yeah, just your basic request,
What I'm
a
requesting
written letter,
is-
if you could supply us with that map, we can get that back to you, that map, and then,
or I'll get you a new one.
like you said, we'll take our committee up there, we'll actually check it out in person, and then bring back our recommendation to all of council.
Very good.
I
I
don't see any
appreciate
problem
your
with it.
consideration, thank you.
Look at a tick collar.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better wear.
Go back in there. I know exactly what he's talking about, because like I said, he's taking my daughter over there.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I might request an executive session also after the executive session about personnel. Just want to explain to you folks what's going on with,
Huh?
I just want to explain to you folks what's going on with the position that I have open, and had a meeting with the union and stuff like that, and maybe you guys need to know what's,
You want a special meeting for that?
I don't want a special meeting, I just want an executive session with you guys and talk
I
to you
mean,
about it.
you want
Yeah, I think I want one, yeah.
tonight?
Yeah,
So we have two executive sessions.
yeah, I'll let
Okay,
me call it first.
yeah,
It's first
Jimmy
dibs.
called the first one, yeah. Action,
I make a motion, we go to executive session.
Dyer second,
I second it.
Personnel.
Personnel.
For personnel.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Had this, and second. I gotta play Mark Wall.
Both of them for personnel?
Yes.